In this section, we will learn how to create the Beamer slides code from an ebook which we want to use. So from an ebook, let's say if I want to create particular slides for maybe teaching or maybe presenting the work or anything, then I can do that. So for an example, let's say you got some online ebook, you can choose yours, and let's say this is one ebook available on Introduction to Probability, and this is the topic which I want to teach to the students or to any of I want to present this topic to any of my colleagues or team, right? This is topic random experiment. Random experiment I wanted to present to someone. And I don't have slides. I have to create the slides quickly. So ebook content is already available with us. So what I can do is I can copy this content and ask ChatGPT to create quick slides for me so that I can use it for teaching or maybe for I can use it for let's say presenting to my colleagues or I can use it with someone, right? So what I'll do is I'll ask ChatGPT and I'll ask create Beamer slide codes for the provided content without altering any of these its original text. I am forcing ChatGPT not to change or alter any of the content, not to change or alter any of the content. So what I'll do now, after that comment I've given, I have to feed the content which I wanted to create the slide. So I'll copy paste this entire content. There is a word limit. So however we can manage by few slides, right? So you can see I have copy pasted that content here and just hit enter and just hit enter, right? And it gives me the basic slides created from that ebook, which I can present, and it will keep the equations as they are, and our entire content will remain exactly as the same. And if it is changing, you can ask it, keep the content same, keep the content same, and it will do the same, and it will do the same. Okay. So now let's say the basic slides are created. Subsequently, you can instruct ChatGPT to improve the aesthetic elevation also. Improve the aesthetic elevations also. You can insert the image also, or you can adjust the bullet size and everything. So now you can look at this. The entire code is created within 6 slides. I'll copy the code and let's say go there and you can say random experiments, right? On this random experiments, it has created the slides. I'll just open that and put it here, copy paste the code at the left hand side of the window, right? And then hit the compile and then hit the compile. You can change the aspect ratio also. So you can look at this. It has created very nice, very nice slides. You can look at this. It has created very nice slides, correct? Everything is same, exactly as it was there. Now, what you can do, you can ask it to use the attractive format also. Let's go to ChatGPT and say, use an appealing and professional slide format to enhance the visual aesthetic, to enhance the visual aesthetic. And I'll ask that each bullet with an animation of just an appearance, right? I'll ask that one also. So now it will recreate the code for me. It will recreate the code for me. However, it may take few seconds that we have to wait, but it is worth to wait for. It is worth to wait for. And once it is done, we have to copy paste that updated code, recreated updated code in the Beamer, and then we have our basic slides ready, which we can use to present any of our colleagues, students, or peers, wherever you want to present it, right? So it has created the basic code and just copy paste that new code, Control A, select everything, just replace, and then recompile, right? So now you can look at this. Great. You can see it has created me nice slides, and you can see each is set up with a particular bullet. Each bullet is adjusted with an animation, right? Now, one thing you might have noticed, this is going outside of the slide margin. You can ask it to adjust that one also, okay? All right, we will ask it to do that a little bit of later, right? Now you can look at this. This is really going well, and I am pretty much satisfied because this was the content on the website. I'm not changing anything. I am just creating a slide so that I can use it for 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 my presentation purpose. Now, okay, so this thing which we can address now, you can look at this. This particular equation was going outside of the slide margin. Outside of the slide margin. You can look at this. This particular equation was going outside of the slide margin, and I want it to be within this slide. So what I'll do, I'll go to ChatGPT. I'm not going to do it manually because it does it. And why not? We should take the leverage. I mean, now you can see address the issue. Content exceeding the slide margin by restructuring the layout, right? So I'm asking it to adjust that particular equation where it was creating the trouble, right? It is going outside of the page margin, and I'm expecting it to fix it within the page margin. I'm expecting it to fix in within the particular page margin. So let's wait for a while, and then we can copy the code. Now it has created those things. Let's go back, copy the code and put it in the overlay, recompile it. And I'm expecting that should be within that. If it doesn't come, still you can try again, but most likely it should come, right? Let's see whether it's there within that slide margin. Yeah, still it's not coming. And you can specifically let's do that. Now see, this is tricky. So now what we can do is, this is good that it's not coming and it will serve our purpose. Now what I'll do, I'll go to that particular slide where it's creating a trouble. This is a particular slide. Now what I'll do, this is the start of the frame, end of the frame. I'll copy paste this particular slide. I'll copy paste this particular slide. That code is copy pasted. And I'll say equation is going outside of the page, outside of the slide margin. Please prepare. If there are spelling mistakes, you need not to worry about that because ChatGPT understands it nicely. Sometimes you may type the speed. Now you can look at this. This particular slide only it has repaired, right? So it's called a slide by slide edition because I was facing trouble in that particular slide. So I just took the copy of that slide, went to ChatGPT and asked it to repair. Now let's see, it must have repaired now by this time. It must have repaired now by this time. Now, wow, look at this. It has repaired that. If I had to do it manually, it takes at least 30 minutes or maybe 20 minutes to adjust that. You can look at this now. Yep, everything is within the slide margin, You can ask it to change the aspect ratio also. Let's say this is a black strip which is coming and which you don't want. Generally, the professional formats are 16:9 aspect ratio. 16:9 aspect ratio, right? So what I'll do, I'll ask ChatGPT to set 16:9 aspect ratio for the following presentation, right? And just you can copy paste it there. It will give me the revised code with 16:9 aspect ratio. You can look at this. This is the adjust. These are the adjustments which it is doing for 16:9 aspect ratio for this code, for this presentation, right? So the next presentation, what it will create after this code generation would be occupying the entire space. And believe me, people don't notice, but it is not good, it is not professional to use the entire screen because sometimes it is taken as, because it's a standard format, right? Now you can look at this. There won't be any black strips when I do a full screen. You can look at this, entire screen has been occupied. No black strips, no black strips, right? Now this is how you can use ChatGPT to create the slides from ebooks or any of the content which you want to present along with the overlay and save your time. Thanks for your time.